Hello to all of my cohorts out there, and welcome back. Today we are in a Sparkle Void, but we're in a new Sparkle Void. This one is my Rainbow Sparkle Void. I have way too much fun with this. I really do. Okay, today is going to be a relatively short video because I just want to talk a little bit about the Tam O'Shanter, which I am going to do a crochet along for starting next month. So I want to tell you a little bit about the tam itself, as well as give you a materials and supplies list so that we're ready to go when the crochet along itself starts. So here is the tam, as you can see. Nice little pom-pom up top. This pattern was originally published in 1908, which makes it a mid-late Edwardian, depending on what specifically you define the Edwardian period as, pattern. But honestly, I think it works just as well as a modern piece. It's a little too hot right now for me to wear this outside. It's like 85 degrees Fahrenheit out right now, so I'm definitely not leaving the house with it at the moment. But once it gets a little bit colder, I probably will start wearing it, because honestly, it feels pretty warm just sitting here, you know, with my lights on. Anyway, it looks really complicated, but honestly it's not. The stitch, this decorative stitch here, which is kind of like a predecessor to the current star stitch pattern, it's a little tricky at first, and it's really hard to explain, but it's easy to show. Let's put it that way. So once you get a hang of this stitch, this tam is super easy, and it does go fairly quickly, although it eats yarn like crazy. I used 2 full skeins of yarn in the hat itself, and then I used part of the third for my pom-pom up here. So let's talk materials and supplies. Obviously you're going to need a whole bunch of yarn. I made this with Wool of the Andes sport weight yarn, which came from Knit Picks / We Crochet. They are sister companies. So this one is called, this color was Sprinkle Heather, if I remember correctly. And what I'm going to be using during the actual crochet along is this, which again is Wool of the Andes sport weight. In Seminola is this colorway, you know, a nice fun yellow color. So you're going to need some type of sport or DK weight yarn. You could possibly use a heavy sock weight, but you'd want to, you know, double check your gauge to make sure you don't want it to come out small. So as I said, I used 100 grams of yarn, which for this is about 137 yards which I should say, this is 137 yards per 50 grams. So I used almost 300 grams of yarn just for the tam itself, not counting the pom-pom. So I would recommend getting, if you're going with something that is about the same weight and yardage, I would recommend getting 3 skeins just to make your life easier, because you don't want to run out, and you definitely don't want to have not enough to make a pom-pom at all, or to make a really anemic pom-pom, because then it just looks a little sad, you know? So that's the yarn. The hook I used is a 4mm, which is a US G or 6 and a UK 8. And then you're also going to need a big yarn needle, one of the big eye ones, a stitch markers, you know, either, oops, I can do this without dropping it, you know, the plastic kind, that you want the kind that opens up. Either the plastic ones like this, or my favorite are the bulb, calabash, whatever they're called, safety pin style ones. That's my favorite. You'll want at least 2 to at least mark where your round starts, as well as to clip off when you take a break so it doesn't unravel. I would recommend having 10, that way you can mark each repeat as well, because it makes it so much easier to do that. Then you don't have to pay attention to counting. Trust me, I find it way easier to always mark my repeats when I'm working on stuff. And then you also, it's not necessary, but you might want a row counter. I find them helpful to use as well. And that is it in terms of supplies and materials for this. It really, you don't need a lot to do this. I will put a link down below for Knit Picks, which is where I got my yarn from. It is an affiliate link, so just so you know. I will get a tiny bit back if you do decide to order from Knit Picks after using my link. So I am going to start this crochet along on October 20th, which is just under a month from now. So if you're going to start crocheting with me day one, that'll give you plenty of time to get all of the supplies you might need. And it's going to be a 3-part series. So we're going to start day one. I will teach you the stitch as well as get you started at the very top, you know, underneath where where the pom-pom attaches, to get started with the tip. So that's what the first video is going to be, and that will be coming out on October 20th, as I mentioned. And then there are going to be 2 more videos after that to go through the whole process of making the tam, finishing it, all that kind of fun stuff. So I think that's pretty much it. This is not a not a super complicated project. It will go pretty quickly once we get started on it, and I hope you do decide to join in, and I hope you enjoy making this. If you want to make sure you do get alerted when the next video comes out, please do subscribe, like this video, hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff that you hear in every YouTube video. And that's about it. So I am going to be putting out another video the first Tuesday of October, which is not part of this crochet along. It's going to be a completely separate project. So that'll be something different, and then we're going to hop right into this the 3rd Wednesday in October, which again is the 20th. So I hope to see you there again. If you decide you're going to participate, you know, tag me on Instagram, show me what you're going to be using. As we start working on this, show me progress pictures. I would love to see it. I'm so excited when anybody decides to do crochet along with me. If you are interested in doing some type of knit along in the future also, I have a poll that is still open on my community tab. So if you want to go and vote for some of the options, I'm still in the very early planning stages of this. Basically, it's a matter of, you know, some type of small knitted object like a purse or some type of knitted hat, some small accessory, which I could do in a short form series the same way I'm going to be doing this, or 2 different types of longer form knit alongs that I would only be posting a video for once a month for a longer period of time, probably for either something like a shawl or a Sontag, something that's, you know, not fitted and basically knit flat, or also another long form format would be if you want to deep dive into something more complicated and go for like a sweater or a vest or something else that is multiple pieces and will take a lot longer to knit. So that would definitely be a long form one where I'd only be posting once a month for that knit along. But as I said, that poll is open on my community tab if you want to go vote in it, if you are a knitter as well, because, you know, why do just one when you can do them all? And that will probably be something that starts in the spring. But as I said, right now I'm only in the very early planning stages, but I want to know what you guys are interested in seeing me do and doing along with me. So go check out that poll. Come back here on October 20th to start the knit along for Tam O'Shanter, and I will see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate all of the love you all give me when I share with you. So I will see you again soon. Bye.